Hey YouTube! I'm going to be talking about Anita Sarkeesian again, and you might be wondering, why the hell am I talking about Anita Sarkeesian and her Tropes vs. Women series, especially the one that pertains to video games? I've already made like 5 or so videos addressing that. What else needs to be addressed? So, I've addressed her videos in a way that would hopefully be objective, something that may very well be described as critical of her overall position. But what I have not yet talked about is my thoughts and my views as a gamer. I've played a lot of games. I've played puzzle games, I've played FPSs, I've played platformers, MMOs, strategy games, pretty much anything you can name, I played something in that category. And even though I was never particularly good at one game, I still had a lot of fun, and I have always played games pretty much from the moment I got my first Game Boy Color. Right now, I am involved in a game called League of Legends, which is on PC, and it is pretty popular. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of it. So what does this have to do with Anita Sarkeesian and girl gamers in general? Well, as it happens, most of League of Legends, I think people would agree, is dominated by males. And most pro teams, I'd actually have to say all of the big pro teams that I know are male. Every single person on all of those teams happened to be male. A while back, there was a team in the making called Team Siren, which, judging by the sounds of it, was all female. And they had high hopes of going into World Championships, which is like the Super Bowl of League. And pretty much they made a promotional video where they showed that, oh, we are girls, we are just as good as the guys, losing is not an option, and we can be just as pro as all the boys. Naturally, this received a lot of publicity, and not all of it was good. You can look at the video for yourself and judge whether or not the people's response was appropriate. But the video was made, it was put on YouTube, and overwhelmingly the response was negative. Team Siren has since disbanded, having only lasted for, 3 months? So, the question is, why was the response so negative? Why was it that when a bunch of girls got together and made a team and posted a promotional video online, why was it so bad? Sarkeesian, and presumably a lot of other feminists who support her project, considering she raised $100,000 plus for her Kickstarter, would probably attribute this to the patriarchy. Oh, well, men like to oppress women. We do it so that we maintain all the power, all of the influence in every area of life, including video gaming. We don't want to see girls being video gamers because that messes with the status quo, and we don't like that because we're mean and horrible and evil people. To say that we don't support female gamers in League of Legends is a very inaccurate statement. You go to any of the female gamers' streams, like any popular one, Puxie, Uni, Little Jenny, any of the popular female gamers on League of Legends, they rake in thousands of dollars on their stream from ad revenue and from people who just donate to them. So a lot of people watch them. Maybe they might not be watching for the stunning gameplay that they make, but to say that we don't support female gamers in the League of Legends community is very, very false. At this point, for those of you who haven't watched the Sirens promotional video, you should probably watch it now. Otherwise, you may not be able to form an opinion on my opinion on why the Sirens were not very well received. The Sirens tried to use their gender as a means to get an edge and to market themselves as having an edge over their male competitors. And that's what upset the League community. I may be wrong about this, but what I think upsets a lot of male gamers, myself included, is not the fact that women play the same games I do, but the fact that they expect to be catered to. if they play the same games I do. They expect to be given an edge because they're a woman and they're born with a vagina, just the same way that the Sirens do. And you know what? If you really want to be treated equally, that's not the way to do it. And that's what annoys me about Sarkeesian, is because she's doing exactly what the Sirens are doing, only on a much larger scale, and it's just exponentially more aggravating. Sarkeesian wants to take the games that we guys love and enjoy, and she wants gaming industries to cater to her needs and her wants. When, first of all, she doesn't even play these games, so why the hell should they do anything for her? Second of all, even if she did, she's not the primary target audience. She's not the audience that brings in the most amount of money. So why should the gaming industries cater to her? Why do gaming communities have to cater to her? Why the fuck should we have to do anything for her and her feminazis? Now look, I'm not saying that girl gamers should not be catered to. I'm saying they should be catered to when it is appropriate. When they bring in the most amount of money, sure, make a game catered towards girls. There are plenty of games catered towards girls. Maybe make a game that's catered towards both genders. It's very difficult to make a game that's gender neutral and can be enjoyed equally by both genders, but you know, it is possible, it has been seen, and it has been very successful. But what I am saying is, if the target audience is not your demographic, you really shouldn't be complaining. What if I decided to write to Cosmopolitan or Maxim and say, well, I feel that your articles are very degrading towards men and they don't portray men always in the nicest ways. You should write articles that make men and cater to our needs and our desires. Well, Maxim and Cosmopolitan don't make a huge profit catering to men. Their target demographic is primarily women. And I accept that, and I don't care, because I don't read Cosmopolitan, first of all, and second of all, even if I did, I can enjoy it for what it is. I mean, is it that fucking hard for people like Sarkeesian to just enjoy the game for what it is instead of looking at systemic problems of inequality in the game? Like, granted, if it was a game about raping women and doing horrible, nasty, evil things to them, they might have a point. But not in an innocuous game like League of Legends. Not in a game like Super Mario or Zelda. Like, come on. I would like to end the video off in a more positive way, I hope. I recognize that there are a lot of girls that play games. I recognize that a lot of them even play male-dominated games. And they enjoy the games for the same reason I do. The gameplay. And, you know, that's one thing that I wish Sarkeesian and her feminist crew could understand, is that they should interview these girls for their opinions, and they should hopefully realize that a lot of girls like games for the same reason a lot of guys do, because they're fun to play. May the truth always be heard.